Hello everyone, Espurr here. Now, what is today? We game on TC Undertale where we're watching the Big Swig. Now, this comp is these comps are really bad. 3 anchors and 2 anchors. Let's see. Your team is the only one with a carbon with an actual pushing weapon, and as your support, you need to make sure that you're painting for the carbon. Make sure they retreat. Make sure they can push in. However, I should also mention that because the enemy has 3 anchors, they can be zoned out really easily. So you're also going to be playing around your special. Paint for your carbon, get your special, push when you have those. That out of the way, let's get into the game. Alright, just paint around. You don't need to roll. Just fling. Yep. Now paint for the carbon, prepare mid, and make sure they can fight. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. You do not need to be here. You're needlessly exposing yourself. Okay, now you can push up a little bit with the wall. But not forever. Paint around the carbon, paint around the carbon. Yeah, like I said, the carbon needs help painting. They need space to operate, space to move. You gotta give them that space. You have your back. You can probably make an entry over on the right. You can at least help your carbon get in. Okay, no one's pushing in. No one's pushing with your carbon. In fact, they're pushing you. Now you're dead. So what I'd recommend for ink vacs is saying it this way when you pop your ink vac is actually really useful. Because what it does, it tells your team, hey, push in. You know, because ink vac's really coordination dependent. So popping it this way helps your team coordinate. Now push that ink vac. They pop their ink vac, you gotta pop yours. Also push ahead of tower. Yeah, you weren't really doing anything there. Okay. So what I wanted to mention is when they're popping their ink vac, when your team is popping their ink vac, you push with it. It's really annoying right now that no one's pushing with your ink vac, but you didn't push with their ink vac either. What I also want to recommend or say is that whenever the tower is being pushed, your team is pushing tower. You got to make sure you're pushing in front of tower, pushing ahead of tower, because you don't want the tower to be in the front lines. This is the same thing for Rainmaker. You don't want the Rainmaker to be on the front lines. Also, why are you sharking? Also, there's a Hydra on top right. You gotta kill it. Are you planning to go that? Hydra should kill you. They did not. They booyah'd. Alright. Let's see what you can do here. Help with the fight. It's fine. Now get on tower. Okay, don't get on tower. Push ahead of tower. Push ahead of tower. Push ahead of tower. Okay, you're not gonna push ahead of tower. Yeah, so you can see because he did not push ahead of tower, the splatling was starting to get hit from all different sides, which obviously meant they died. If instead of staying back, you went ahead of tower and pushed with it, you would have been able to cover one of the sides, meaning the Hydra would have been able to take that fight a lot better. And you probably would have even knocked out as well, or at the very least gotten check. I think you absolutely would have gotten check. Now, let's see. Gonna go up to mid, push to the back. Oh, you fell. Yeah, if you didn't fall, you would have been able to push with the back, but you fell. Happens. Okay, good. Junior dies. Let's see, your team's trying to break their check again. I would say jump in. Yeah, there are people you can jump to. Especially the charger. You can jump to the charger. Now. Yeah. I also do want to mention, this person did say they found like a tech with Big Swig. The tech being if you... this is a really bad jump. And you can you can tell when a jump is really bad due to the fact there's enemy ink around the person you want to jump. What that enemy ink means is that there's an enemy gamer around there, which means you probably shouldn't jump there. Anyways, that's the tech they found. You go for a vertical swing, and if you're close enough, you'll also be going in for a melee, which will basically be a one-shot. My say to that is, one, that's already been a tech that's been found. And two, it's not useful because you're not going to be, not super useful, because you're not normally going to be in that kind of range. And if you do get into that range, you're probably going to die. We saw that with the Junior. The Junior was still outranging them from that tech. There was only one use case for that tech that I can think of, or rather that I saw in a previous game, where you're on tower. It helps you fight really well in tower. Because at that range, yeah, if someone dives you, you will be in that range. You will be in melee range. Also, ping for this guy. Make sure they can run. I was talking a lot. that was something. Anyways, you don't really need to push here. All you need to do is hold. Hold your ink back. Don't expose yourself. And yeah, okay. You probably could have popped your vac here, but at the same time, it probably would have immediately been filled by Hydra. So yeah, don't pop your vac here. This is also just really bad. You gotta back up. Use it to escape. Yeah. Yeah, no one's really able to take advantage of that vac, nor was your vac covering anything useful. So, I think the biggest things here, though, were... Actually, I want to mention this before I go into the comments. If you do enjoy the video, give it a like, and if you like what I make, please subscribe. So apparently, asking people to do all those actually works. Anyways, as for the comments, let's see. So... As a Big Swig, okay, you're playing Big Swig fairly similarly to how a V-Roller may play. And that's not good, because V-Roller and Big Swig do not play the same. Big Swig, you need to exploit the fact that you have a lot of painting power. You gotta be painting for your team. And I know you don't know that, because you actually got the lowest paint in this lobby. I think, on average, people had like, your team had like 900 paint, while you had 717. That's pretty bad, especially because you are your team support. You gotta be painting for your team. Secondly, when the tower or objective is being pushed, you gotta be in front of it. You can't be behind it. You're not covering anything if you're behind it. You're not even covering the flank, because technically you could be covering the flank. But because you aren't facing the flank and looking at it, you're just gonna be dying first to the flank. It'd be better instead to be pushing ahead of the tower, ahead of the Rainmaker, ahead of whatever, and then trying to protect the one who's doing the objective. That's the big thing. You need to protect the person who's doing objective. Now, with that out of the way, I'll be seeing y'all.